Showtime. Got you performing like a band. I'm your number one fan. Showtime. Hit me with that backstage passing. You love, you love, you love. Showtime. Let's make it spectacular, spectacular. Showtime. Baby, it's showtime.
Working dedication, no days off. You gotta go get it, cause they ain't gonna give it to you. We never have our hand out, we had our plan out. We don't ever try to fit in, cause we already stand out. I am your host, Hollywood Mac, and I'm joined by my brother.
Man, you know, that phone ringing, man. Ty Lamar, man. Rock, T-Rock, whatever you want to call me, man, you know. That's who I be, man. Rock the Rider, don't forget that alias too, Rock the Rider. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you feel comfortable calling me, man, that's what I am, man. You know what I mean?
Shanii over here with us.
The amazing Shanii.
Okay. So today, we got another special guest. He's a husband, a father, a son, a brother, a friend, a leader, a phenomenal musician, a drummer, a writer, an artist, a producer, and a dynamic pastor of the Remnant House Outreach Church called the Rock Movement for 15 years. He's also on IGA and Dare and Warner Brother Music Group Records. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Vision Podcast, TheOfficialDMott Motley.
Come on, man.
What up, y'all? Listen, that was the greatest intro. The check is in the mail, baby.
Welcome to Club Marmar.
Yeah, the check is in the mail. I didn't know who he was about to announce. I'm like, who here? Who we talking about?
What's good, man?
Man, I'm blessed, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, excited to be here. Excited to see Shanii. Haven't seen her in a long time.
I know.
Arts Academy.
That's right.
You know, and
School
but
of
I'm
the
excited to
Gifted
be
and
here.
Talented.
Say that again.
School of the Gifted and
That's
Talented.
right. That's right. That's right.
Oh, my
Man.
goodness.
Yeah, man, we blessed to have you here today, man. It's our honor, man. You know what I mean? We've been talking about this one for a minute. You know, I like it because I get to talk to another singer, you know what I'm saying, songwriter. So it's dope for me today. We'll be able to go back and forth, man, and share some stories. But you already know, for y'all who tuned into the last episode, I got to finish the countdown.
What we got?
The countdown, you might be asking, is Todd's. Now, this is my list. I'm not about to debate with nobody. This is my list. My top 5 crackheads of all time in Western New York history. You know what I mean?
Listen, I don't think nobody else have a list.
Nah,
So-
I feel like this is a one of one.
Yeah,
Word?
yeah.
All right, but before I get into, you know, my 3 and a 2, I gotta say this because I'm sure a lot of people, you know, I told you I think weird. You know, I'm silly, so I was at home thinking like this because we was talking on the way here, and I told
Right.
you it was gonna coincide with what I had to say. Now, you know, I'm working out now, losing
Okay.
weight. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I'm down 30 plus.
Right.
I'm feeling real good. I'm starting to see my neck again. You know what I mean?
You listen.
Life is beautiful.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? But I was thinking the other day, I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm eating right, cutting the sugar out. I'm on the treadmill, doing the cardio and all that. I'm doing all of this, and there's a crackhead that's going to outlive me. I thought about it. Now, listen, I say that to say this because, you know, I told you, most of these crackheads, they old. They older.
Right.
And like we talked about last week, I said, listen, when was the last time you been to a crackhead funeral?
I haven't.
You haven't, right? Mel said the same thing. I haven't. So I told you they are outliving us, right? And then I was thinking like, yo, they you know, I often hear, you know, life isn't fair. Now think about how unfair that is now. You going hard. You cutting the meat out. You cutting, you know, you going vegan. You doing all this and that and the third. And there's a crackhead eating bacon. You know what I'm saying? Eating pizza, wings, and smoking crack. He's gonna outlive you. Now, how unfair is that though?
Smoking cigarette butts off the ground.
You heard? Like cigarette butt man at Delaware Park, man, last week, right?
So let me ask you this: you're not thinking about putting a little crack in your diet, is you?
Nah, not at all, fam.
Okay.
Nah, we go. I'm just saying. I was just thinking about that because I'm like, yo, people are eating. You know, people might eat 20 burgers, get cancer, or die. But this crackhead is first and foremost smoking crack. Let's just deal with that. He's smoking crack every day, eating out of garbage cans. He's coming in contact with all kinds of bacteria all day long. I told you, I didn't even see one crackhead catch COVID during that whole pandemic. Did you? I ain't heard about no crackheads catching COVID, dying of COVID, in the hospital with COVID.
They ain't take the vaccination or nothing.
Okay, listen, I'm about to get into it, man, because y'all think I'm playing.
So listen, hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
How was your weekend?
Oh, my weekend was amazing. I was working on this list, and I got to thinking about these other two phenomenal crackheads I want to get into today.
Okay.
You understand me?
Uh-huh.
How was your weekend, Shani?
My weekend was
I'm kind of scared to ask you, but I'm asking.
Don't be scared.
No, I'm
My
just
weekend
saying.
was amazing.
It was a
I did absolutely nothing.
All right. What about you, D? How was your weekend?
My weekend was amazing too. I did children and then church.
Oh man.
All right.
You know better than that.
All right.
Thanks for asking.
Word. So my number 3 crackhead of all time is, now some of y'all might know him. You remember Peanut from Bailey?
Come on, man. That's my man.
Come on.
That's my man.
Now listen. Now do you remember the barbershop that was? Now you know where the Chinese spot is on Bailey and Berkshire, right?
What is
Remember?
it called? It was called New York Barbershop or something like that, right?
It was something like that. But I used to get my hair cut there because James Myrie. Remember James Myrie?
Yeah.
Okay, he used to cut my hair after school. That was my man. And I used to, get my hair cut like twice a week. You know, I had an issue. I had the S curl box. I had to keep it tight. You understand me? So I used to go there. Like every other day, I used to get my hair cut. And then a cat named Jaron used to come. Lucky used to cut there too. Remember Lucky?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So I remember one day, this is my first time ever even being introduced to Peanut. I never seen him a day in my life. He walks in the barbershop, mind you, right? To the bathroom. Everybody like, what up, nut? He just walked by everybody, get everybody the head and I go right to the bathroom. So I'm thinking about doing, 1, 2, do his thing. You know what I'm saying? He was in there for like 20 minutes and I just smelled this weird smell coming out the bathroom. It was weird, toxic smell. I thought, someone was on fire, whatever the case may be. Smelled like burnt rubber.
It was.
It was.
Some was
Yeah, he
on
was
fire.
getting busy in there, 8-ball. So listen, so he comes walking out, eyes wide. You know what I'm saying? Zoom. He on Planet Mars at this time. You know what I'm saying? Walks out. Now, it's mind you, his kids in there, get ready to get their hair cut. Mama's in there when they about to get their eyebrows did. And then there's a puff of crack smoke come out the bathroom with Peanut emerging out the crack smoke, right? Walk right out. Now all the barbers just going crazy. They like, yo, nut, I know you ain't just do that. So he just walked right out. That was my first introduction to Peanut, right?
That was a hell of an introduction.
Hell of an intro.
Did you
First,
smell it, though? Did
first
you
and
smell
last
it?
time I ever smelled crack. I ever smoked it. You know what I'm saying? It was my first and last time.
I was about to say, you smoked?
Nah, never. All right, so cool. So mind you, now you remember I used to live in Williamsville, me and Liz, right? This is before we had kids, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Before my 2 boys was born. So we used to do date night, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We'll be everywhere. Movies, dinner, just out and about, chilling, doing the lovey-dovey thing before kids.
Okay.
Kids come, they ruin all that. You heard? So
You
boom.
heard.
You heard? So boom. So we go downtown with it, go eat some dinner or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then we go to the waterfront, hand in hand, lovey-dovey time. So
Real
we
nice.
walking down by the waterfront. Guess who I see? I can't make this up. Peanut is downtown waterfront with a crackhead girlfriend.
Peanut was on a
Horrible.
crack date.
Crack date, crack love. She ain't had no teeth, crack body, horrible. But, who am I to knock it? Crackheads need love too. So they hand in hand doing their thing. So I'm like, look at Nut. You got him what? You know what I'm saying? So later, after we leave downtown, waterfront, we go transit road to the Regal. Go watch a movie. I'm not lying. Y'all might
He
think
was
I'm
not at the movie.
Yo, listen. I'm gonna break this down. Y'all think I'm playing. I'm dead serious. So watch this. Watch this now. Watch me work. Now I told y'all I don't think crackheads. I told y'all already. Now this is not scientifically proven. This is not medically proven. But I think once you ingest enough crack, you become like a metahuman. Like I don't think. No, real talk. I don't think you can be killed. I think you come like something like a vampire, but not something like vampire. But you know what I'm saying? Something like an X-Man, but not, you know what I'm saying?
I
Something.
follow. I pick up what you put down.
So boom, I'm gonna tell you why. So boom, I come out the movie theater. Guess who walking up transit? He dolo now.
Peanut.
Nut. Hold on. The story gets more disturbing.
He all over the Western New York.
First and foremost, I'm in the vehicle. Now I just told you I'm West Side downtown West Side waterfront.
Right.
Now I'm on transit in a vehicle.
He met you over
He
there.
on his feet.
He met you over there.
He walking down transit. Now hold on, it gets worse. So we like, yo, we gonna end our night in the falls. No, listen. We
No,
gonna end our
stop
night
it.
in the falls. You
Same
heard?
day.
Same day. Y'all might think I'm lying. I'm dead serious. G.
Same
I'm
day.
dead. This is what I'm saying. Crackheads are not human. That's why I gotta give them. I gotta give them their flowers. Do you feel what I'm
So
saying
he was
to you?
in the
I feel what
falls
you're
too?
saying.
Hold on, I'm about to tell you. So boom. So we in the falls, chilling, doing the 1-2. Then we go by the falls. Guess who in the falls? Yo, I'm not lying.
It gotta be a different person.
He's in.
Gotta be.
This
talking
is
about Nut?
Nut. Nut is in the falls now.
He get around, bro.
Did you think you just seen him because
No,
you smelled
man,
that?
no. What I'm trying to tell you, listen, these two crackheads, listen, these two crackheads, I truly don't even believe they all the way human. Like, you know, they talking about UFOs and extraterrestrials. I'm trying to tell you, I don't know what it is, but I think once you smoke enough crack and you live through it, you are not human anymore. Listen, man. Listen.
I used to give Peanut money twice a week every time I see him driving down Bailey. He always catch me at the light. What? I'm like, oh, come on, Peanut. So listen, the funniest thing. One time I said, you know what, Peanut? I've given you a lot of money, man. I said, you owe me. He said, oh, nephew, I got you. The man pulled out $4 and $3 in change. He gave me $7. I said, all right, cool,
Nut gave you money.
He gave me money.
That's historic right there. Crackhead giving you money?
He gave me some money, man.
That hurts too.
He gave me $7.
Now listen. Now, you know I joke with you all the time because I'm like, yo, you know you my best friend, my brother.
Right.
But I joke with you all the time because you have some crackhead like characteristics about you. Not saying you're a smoker or nothing.
Break that down.
But just like the next crackhead I'm about to go into remind me just of you. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. His name is Bottle Man.
Okay.
Now, my father named him. My father named him. The pastor named Bottle Man, right? He would go from house. Now, listen. I got to give you your flowers, Bottle Man. I have to because you are a innovator. You are a renaissance man of sorts. You are everything to the crack community. I promise you. He created this thing called door-to-door bottle pickup. Okay. He's the only. Listen, he would come 2 shopping carts, come door to door and collect your bottles. Knock on your door, ask you for your bottles. But listen how he greets you. Yo, what up, man? I kiss your feet, man. I do anything, man. I said, yo, hold on, fam. It's not that serious. I'll get the bottles for you. You understand? He would come. He would do this neighborhood to neighborhood, collecting bottles. That's a story. I've never seen that done. I've never seen that done to this day. I've never seen it done. Have you seen that done?
I mean, I've seen people
door to door with it.
No, I ain't see door to door, but okay. I mean, I seen him with a shopping cart.
I'm gonna go deep with this.
32 bags.
I'm gonna go deep with Bottle Man. Bottle Man, I truly believe was like my guardian angel. Now you might want to know why, right?
How so?
Listen, so boom. So I'm creeping from a chick house one night, right? Central Park. You know, I was living on Mercer. So you know that's right through the cut. You know what I'm saying? I'm right around the way. So I'm creeping from a chick house that I shouldn't have been creeping from because I had a chick at the time, you know, baby mother at the time, but I was creeping, you know. Hey, you know, it is the way we live and we learn. So boom, I'm creeping, and Bottle Man appeared out of nowhere. I promise you, fam, he just appeared and was like, yo, don't go that way. He's like, yes, them niggas over there, don't go that way. I said, what you mean? And listen, the next day, it was a shooting. The way he told me not to go, protected me. Now, I've heard stories about Bottle Man, like legendaries type of stuff. You know how you hear about like, you know, Superman, you know, Bruce Wayne, things like that.
Right.
Like, listen, it's a story about Bottle Man that he went into a house that was caught on fire, rescued 2 babies, no equipment. He ain't had no fire protection, no oxygen mask, came out, not a hair singed on him.
It's a blessing.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Not human. I heard he got caught in the crossfire of a shootout. Bullets just coming off of me. No, for real, like Superman. These are the type of stories I would hear, fam. And I think you told me, because you know what I'm saying, didn't you say a dude was coming around washing windows? I told you that was Bottle Man at the shop.
Oh yeah, the big head with the big ears.
That's Bottle Man.
Oh, okay.
You see what I mean?
Listen, he get it. Listen, the man used to get mad at me if I ain't let him do my windows.
Come on, man.
He be like, yo, you want your windows done today? I'm like, nah, man. He said, man, come on, man. You want your windows done today? He said, man, you know what, man? He said, you're just selfish. I said, listen, man. I said, I wash my own windows. I got my own squeegee in my solution.
Sounds just like Bottle Man, because if you didn't have bottles, he would cut up. He would cut up if you ain't had no bottles. He done came all the way to your house with them shopping carts, and you come and you would say you ain't got no bottles.
Did he talk about basketball? Because he said he used to play ball.
Yeah, that's Bottle Man. I told you that was Bottle Man.
I'm going to tell you what the craziest thing was. The last time I did let him do my windows, and that was the last time. I swear he put out $5,000.
I don't doubt it.
I said, you ain't washing that many windows, bro. What's going on?
Come on.
He's like, oh, man, what you think? I'm just out here?
Renaissance man. He was a Renaissance man. Yeah. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. This is why I truly believe the theory that I said about, you know, the crackheads not being able to die. When was the last time? Listen, There's no obituaries. All 4 crackheads that I went through, there's no obituaries on them. I looked up because Mel asked me, he's like, "Oh, is they still around?" I've been trying to find out. Like, there's no traces of them dying or nothing like that. So I'm telling y'all right now, what camera I'm in. If anybody knows any of these crackheads, if they still around, yo, DM me, hit me up in my inbox. You know what I'm saying? Because I really want, especially Cigarette Butt Man. I owe you. I'm telling you, man, because you didn't hear the story last week, though.
I didn't hear.
It was a crackhead I named him personally. You know what I'm saying? My friend knew his name, but I forgot his name. So I named him Cigarette Butt Man because he used to just, every single day he woke up, he would throw his corduroy pants on, sweater, and he would throw on a winter jacket. You know what I'm saying? That'd be 90 degrees outside. This was his outfit. And go up and pick up random cigarette butts and re-smoke them. He never had a full cigarette a day in his life.
So we gonna get him a pack.
We gonna get him a pack, man. So Cigarette Butt Man, this is for you, man.
That's good. That's good.
You know what I mean? Family members, if y'all know one, y'all gotta know what I'm talking about. It ain't that many people walking around smoking like, you know, cigarette butts and filters out here. So it's only one Cigarette Butt Man. So that's my 3 and my 2. Number 1 is, you know, special. My number 1 had to have a segment by themselves, and we're gonna do that next week. You heard? But let's get into this conversation with our guest, man. My man D.
We should probably give dude Cigarette Butt Man. Let's give him some candy.
Give him some candy?
Yeah. Might be a little healthier.
Nah, he want butts, man. He want to smoke filters, man. Listen,
I know.
but he just want to be able to just do this. I told you, like, he just want to grab the cigarette with these 2 fingers, close,
One puff.
and multiple. He never had multiple puffs. He only just did and drop.
All right, so you just want to make sure he gets.
I want to make sure he can just, you know what I'm saying?
Get a full one.
You know what I'm saying? Be full.
Get a full inhale.
Get a full
got you.
inhale.
I stand corrected.
Yeah,
My bad.
we can get him some candy too, because he might need some after he smoke.
Yeah, well,
Get his breath fresh.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let's get into this, man.
Interesting countdown, man.
Yes, sir.
Interesting countdown. I don't know if I.
Welcome to the vision.
Yeah,
That's what we do here, man.
This is different.
Innovator.
Yeah.
You
And
understand
we
me?
appreciate your time, man, because you know you be busy. Your schedule is crazy.
I'm grateful to be here, man.
I
Honored
appreciate
to be
it,
here
man.
with you guys. Honored.
Appreciate it, man.
So what we like to do here is go back
Mm-hmm.
before we, you know what I'm saying, start talking about what you're doing currently and things of that nature. We want to go back to like childhood.
Okay.
So how was it like for a young DMott growing up as a, you know, adolescent kid, growing up trying to figure things out? You know what I'm saying? Take us back.
Honestly, man, I had a dope life. You know, my family was okay financially. I'm from, I would say, downtown Buffalo, Clinton, and Monroe Streets, Willard Park, Town Garden. But then my family moved on Bailey and Delavan.
Okay.
So I gotta really, you know, give honor to Bailey and Delavan. That's kind of where I really grew up. I made a lot more friends over there. But I had to go to church a lot. Grandmother pastored, dad pastors. You know, people don't know this about me, man, but I hated church, bro. I hated church. Like I had to go there a lot, and I felt like church was teaching people how to be abused, in my opinion. That's kind of what I felt. You know, it's like you had to give up the right for the wrong, couldn't defend yourself. But pretty much my childhood, man, was I was spoiled, bro. I don't remember being hungry or
Ricky Schroeder.
So I respond on that, but just it was. I don't. If we were poor, I didn't know.
You didn't feel it.
Yeah, my grandfather worked at Chevy. My dad worked at Republic Steel.
Yeah.
We had some crack dealers, you know, in the family. You know, my dad's side was church. My mom's side was not.
Okay.
So I was spoiled, man. So I did have an understanding about life, but because I was spoiled, I didn't really have to deal with life until I got maybe like 12, 13. So, you know, ain't nothing to me, man, to be honest. I'm a Buffalo-born guy, sin like everybody else, love God,
Right.
struggle.
Right.
Gifted, I guess. Didn't really know I was gifted until I started trying to play sports. Went to Catholic school.
Was it football?
Football and basketball,
Football
man.
and basketball.
I played football 1 year, won a championship.
So you could hoop.
Yeah, basketball. I ain't gonna, you know what? To be honest, I ain't gonna really say I could hoop. I think what happened with basketball was somebody told me I couldn't hoop. And then when people used to tell me I couldn't do something,
You want to prove yourself.
like I did it. Like I was a mama's boy. My dad used to try to force me to play sports and all of that. Shout out to Live at 75 Park, downtown on Clinton Street. That was everybody who could play, played either at Live at 75 or at the Randy Smith. So, you know, my dad was involved in sports and he made me go, but I didn't even really start playing until like,
So it sounded like you wasn't that nice.
no. I really
No, I'm
wasn't,
saying,
man. To be
it's
honest,
okay.
To be honest, I don't think so. I think I was a pure point guard. I did my job. So, you know, I started. I was a great defender. Never gonna turn the ball over.
You sound like this
There you
guy.
go.
You know, I mean,
sound
that's
like
just
this
the truth.
guy.
Hey, listen,
you know?
you can't be hating.
I don't want to throw. I don't want to throw
skills.
accolades out there.
No,
but
go ahead and do it.
Well, so
man.
was you
Well,
better?
let me
ahead and
throw
do
it
it.
out there. Let's just be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah,
Pass
let
her
me
out
hear
the
it.
window right now.
Yeah,
You know
go
what I mean? Nah, so yeah, you know, I started varsity as a freshman at Performing Arts.
Okay.
We was like number 1 in the state.
Okay.
4-year starter.
Okay.
All-time leading assist man. Even
go.
now.
Okay.
Where the
Let's go.
camera at? What camera I'm at? Like even now.
Still hold the record.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Probably, you know, I had 21 assists in one game before, you know, all high.
How many
I mean,
points?
could I stop?
How many
You know, points really didn't matter. I was blessed. I was hold on, let me defend myself
Yeah,
here.
I'm trying
I
to
was
figure it
blessed
out.
to play with great players, man.
Okay, all
Great
right.
players.
He said he was a true point guard. He didn't
Yeah.
need to score.
Yeah, I didn't need to score. I scored when you said I couldn't score.
Okay.
So it was like, okay. But I was going to always score on defense. But I went to college for free. So
Something like LeBron before LeBron.
No, I ain't going to say that. No, nowhere near LeBron. You know, something just like me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
No,
Always
but
gotta
I
bring
went
him up,
to
though.
school.
He
you
always
know.
gonna bring him up, no matter what we
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
him. He
Well,
gonna bring
LeBron
him up.
is, you know, he one of the GOATs, man.
One?
Yeah, he one of the. I'm gonna say he the GOAT. I can't say that, but I'm gonna say this: for what he does, nobody did it his way. But if we got to talk about GOATs, man, he in the conversation.
Okay,
Can we
okay.
say he one of them?
My man. Smack me up
You
for
said
that.
the right
say
thing.
he one of
Smack me up for that.
Listen,
This
yeah.
guy here,
You
man.
said the right thing.
Yeah.
He was one of
If
them.
you say the
think he
wrong
one of
thing,
No,
though.
no.
That's the
Don't
point I'm
even
trying to
worry
make. You
about
say
it.
the wrong
no,
thing, though.
No, you just don't understand the point that I be trying to make. You don't want to
Now,
hear.
let me ask you about your real quick.
No,
I know
no,
it's
it's
about
it's
D.
about
I
D.
know, but I just real quick, I just got to ask you this. How, was you a true point guard?
I wasn't a point guard.
What was you?
I was a 2.
You was a 2? So you was shooting guard.
Shooting guard.
So
you
you
know what the
scored.
2 is. I'm a scorer.
You a scorer. You get to the rack, you shoot the 3, all that. Versatile.
Do we play y'all? You played up in Kinley?
I didn't play at McKinley.
okay.
And listen, hold on.
didn't play where?
We're going to clear
You
this
didn't
up.
play at your
We're
school,
gonna
right?
clear this
You
up.
played at Turner
The
Carroll School you didn't
basketball
go to.
coach was the health teacher, the girls softball
Ask you the
coach,
name of
and the
team you
gym
played
teacher.
for. Ask you the team you played. Ask
on,
you
listen.
the name.
Wait,
Todd, don't put
Have
me
you
in
ever
that.
heard? Have you ever heard the name?
Who did you play for,
Who did you
Lamar?
play for, brother?
Ask me who he played for.
It was an after school
Tell me
program.
the name. Tell him the name.
it's-
Say
it's-
name.
it's
Tell him
Peter
the name.
Claver.
St. Peter.
St. Peter
Claver.
who?
Claver.
Claver.
Okay, where was that?
And we're,
At Turner-
I had the same
Carroll High
questions. I had the
School.
same
First
concerns.
of all, in the Lamar's defense, it was popping at St. Peter Claver. Okay,
Where was it located?
Thank you.
where was it? Behind in Turner's gym,
Oh,
In
okay.
Turner, out Turner. Where was?
inside of Turner.
Turner Carroll, man.
So was you a cheerleader for St. Peter
I
Claver?
mean, call me what you want.
Oh, okay.
Depends on who's
now you
playing.
got it.
it.
That's
back
crazy.
today.
I never heard of that.
I never heard of it
Yeah.
either.
That's crazy.
Y'all
I
the
mean, I
only
should
two.
have.
Y'all the only 2 niggas in Buffalo ever heard of it.
No, we're not, because there used to be a lot of people there.
Bro, I've never.
Well, listen,
Maybe you weren't
I
so
had to get,
popular,
I had
so
to
you
get,
never
I
heard
had
of
to
it.
get my rec in because I couldn't get it in at school because the gym teacher, the health teacher, the
believe you,
softball coach,
All right.
he wasn't a coach. Listen, hold on.
I'm done with this conversation. I'm moving on. I'm back to D.
Never.
I'm back
Don't
to
bring
D.
it up
I'm
again.
off- I'm
Shawnee
off.
said it, so I definitely believe what she's saying, but I believe Lamar too. I
you
just
believe?
never.
All right. I don't.
I feel neglected that I was a ball player and didn't play there, so I feel neglected.
I don't think you should feel neglected because I don't think it ever existed. I'm gonna be honest.
No,
with you.
it didn't.
I don't.
It really did.
I need
I don't
proof.
think they would lie though.
I need
Who,
proof.
who,
not a
who all
liar.
played in this league? It was like an intramural
Who all
league.
played in the
Like
league?
just
Listen.
Who was
It
on
was
your
a-
team? Name some teammates.
Carl Jackson.
oh, Carl was a baller.
It was a lot of players.
Carl
man.
played
You
with
said
me.
you
Shout
named
out
one
to Carl.
person.
Yeah, one
It
person.
was
I
just
can't
you and
remember.
Carl. Yeah, the squad is just you and Carl.
Carl was nice,
listen,
man.
man.
I played with Carl. I think my sophomore year.
Carl.
Randy.
Who else?
I can't
He's
think.
named one more
Listen,
person.
listen, that was like
People.
30 years ago, man. My man Scooter.
Scooter. You just naming names now. Like every hood got a scooter. Come on, man. Come on, I'm done. I'm off this. All right, I'm back to you.
Yeah,
D.
so anyway,
It's a
man.
real conversation.
So anyway, yeah, man. I was all right. You know, I was a point guard. I went to school. I went to college. So that's, you know, I guess that's pretty good, don't y'all think?
Yep.
Went to school for free. I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Let's
They
talk
went to
about
an
some-
amazing high school, by the way.
Yeah. Arts Academy, Performing Arts.
All right, so
Yeah,
I
it's
like
not
to
bad.
I like to go to like, okay, high school. What was your vision like in high school? Like, did you have a vision of like that you would be doing music then, or was it just still like just trying to figure it out in high school?
Nah, man. I think I did. To be honest, I went to Performing Arts for TV and radio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the basketball coach got me in there. What happened was, man, I was player of the year in 8th grade. Shout out to Houghton Academy, School 69.
Yo, D, let me just say, your accolades get more and more exclusive. As
Yeah,
as you
I
keep
tried
talking. This
to
is
be
real?
humble, man,
This
but-
real stuff.
Listen, talk
this is
about
real.
They get
it.
more
This
and
is
more
real.
exclusive.
Talk about it,
Yeah,
man.
this-
Talk
this-
Now
about
he
it.
is
player of the year. He went
Talk
from all
about it.
right. No, I'm just telling you,
No,
he sound
I-
like you now.
you know,
He went from I was all right to now he's a player of the year, he assist
Listen,
leader.
you got to talk about it.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, let me
This-
tell my. Can I tell my
this-
truth?
this
I
a
just want to tell the
platform.
truth. You know what I mean?
It's a platform for my back.
I tried
Let
to
him
be
talk
humble.
about
All
it.
right,
You know
all
what I'm
right,
saying?
cool.
Humble went out the window.
All right.
But yeah, out of 8th grade. So,
right.
you know, the Performing Arts. Matter of fact, I was supposed to go to Turner Carroll or Emerson. Shout
Okay.
out to Fadri. I'm sorry. I ended up going to Performing Arts because I wanted to play. I thought Turner was filled. They was always, loaded. But I went to Performing Arts, man. Unbeknownst to my parents, I was supposed to have been going to Emerson. And Performing Arts coach told me to show up to school. So I had gym like the first week, like all 8 periods, until they got my transcripts over. And, that was, I don't know, man. That was weird, I think. Like, I think I would have whooped my son for that. Like, going back in retrospect, lying to your parents, going to school, they didn't know you.
So when did music come into play? Like, when did you find it? When did you first discover? Okay,
I didn't.
because you was a musician first.
I was always a musician, and I thought I could play, and then somebody told me I was garbage on the drums when I was like 8. So I said to myself,
Okay.
man, I need to start playing drums, but I didn't play.
Okay.
I started playing, I think, at about maybe 17 or 18 with my cousin Tyshawn, Canada, God rest his soul. He was one of the great musicians, man, and we played at the church, and I remember thinking that, man, this dude told me that I was doo-doo. And that was hurtful. Like, you're a little kid, and you hear doo-doo, like back in the, that word.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, can we say that on the
That'll
show?
do it to you. Yeah. That.
So
That'll stir you up.
Yeah, that was
word.
embarrassing too. And it was kind of like, man, I remember this cat said that. And I was thinking to myself, I think I told them that one day I was going to make more money than all of them. I remember saying that. And I started playing drums. And 6 months later, one of the friends of the family, if anybody here in Buffalo knows about the Northington family, it was a gospel group.
Absolutely.
It was a gospel group.
Sure.
And the bass player Pluki, his son Rashawn Northington, was very instrumental in helping me to become a musician that was outside of Buffalo. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? So
Yeah.
before I was even playing drums for real, he was like, offered me a couple things, and then the rest is history because of some of the things he did. And my dad actually, if I gotta go back, my dad was a quartet gospel singer. And so he sung all over the world in the country and things of that nature. But me personally, I could play drums, but I wasn't good. I didn't get good till I was like 21, like, to be honest.
Okay.
And so things just happened quick for me. But singing, nowhere near, probably even now, one of the top singers in my family. My family is filled with singers and things of that nature. And to be honest, I don't even know how I ended up here. I think
It's in your genes, man.
yeah.
Your dad still got it, man.
Yeah, my dad still got it.
your dad
Matter of
cold.
fact, my
Your dad
first
cold.
ever song was a gospel song called God Is the Way. We released it in June of 2005. So we getting ready to do a remix of it and dropping it this June, a 20-year anniversary.
Oh, that's
A song
dope,
called
man.
God's Way. Yeah, but my dad, he tough, man. He tough vocally. To answer your question, I don't even know really honestly now if it's really like I believe that I'm like a dope singer or something like that. I think it's just more for me, Ty. It's that this is what I'm called to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it
Like
makes
not trying to
sense.
be humble, man, or none of that, but
That
I'm
makes
just being
sense.
honest.
Yeah.
I think it's easy for me because I'm not trying to do it. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I'm not trying to like write songs and try to push myself in the industry. It just, I did a song, did some albums, but then I did an R&B song and that joint hit the charts, and so now I'm here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's the story.
That's dope, man.
All right. You got a question you want to ask
So
me?
what would you say your genre is then?
So-
Gospel, R&B,
So good question, Shani. I don't really think I have a genre, although my music is being pushed as like R&B soul. I agree with that, but I can write songs about God. I can write songs about love. I think God is love, first of all. So the R&B music that I write is geared towards catering to a woman because I'm a man, right? So how can I say this? This is a podcast, so I'm just gonna really be honest. I think that sensuality and sexuality is a part of life, you know, and I feel that a lot of I don't even feel that, to be honest with you, man, gospel is an industry, in my opinion. I don't get, when I was going and doing stellar events and doing all of that, I'm thinking, well, you know, if the stellars and all of that is doing the same thing as the world, what's the difference? Like, to me, I just always made music about God, right? So making that music, sometimes I felt like I was dumbing myself down. I know people gonna be mad and they gonna be like, man, what does he mean? So I'm gonna just say what I mean. I feel like there's more to life than just church.
Talk about it.
There's more to life than just God. Like, listen, man, God want us to love people. So if he want us to just do church all the time, that makes no sense to me. So it's like no wonder that some of the highest divorce statistics in the world is in people that so-called
In the
Christians
church.
and believers. Like,
Right.
you know, and I just, it's personal for me, man, because I feel like when you say you're a gospel artist, and you probably felt this since you done made this change. I know everybody ain't for you. I know everybody ain't saying, yo, man, your gospel music is really
Right.
of God.
Right,
Because
right.
when I was doing gospel, my music was too edgy. You know, I'm going to the Stellar Awards. I'm going to the East Coast music conferences. And everybody, all of these artists that's right now, by the way, doing R&B albums was telling me and telling the radio DJs and telling the promoters, oh, man, he too R&B. He this, he that. But now they doing
The same.
they
thing.
doing R&B like so
Right,
to me,
right.
that's crazy to me.
Right.
But I feel like I should be able to write a song about God, sing about God, and then write a song about the love that a man has for a woman without being judged. Like, I don't get it. You know,
Talk
I really
about it.
don't get it. I don't get why, like, even believers feel like it's a war between believers and non-believers. Like, the Bible doesn't say that, man. The Bible doesn't. It's not in there. It's not in there nowhere. I think what we have to do as believers who can write music, right? We could write what would be Christian or God-based music, and then I feel like that we should be able to write music that has to do with the love between humans, man. Like, because how can I love you? Like, how can I love God, honestly, and I don't love you, fam?
Right.
Like, let's be honest. Like,
Yeah.
right?
So are you allowed to like R. Kelly?
Listen, R. Kelly got a song.
Like not him, but
No,
his
check
music.
this out. I love R. Kelly. Because at the end of the day, God is redemption. How do I know? Christ. He sent Christ. Christ is redemption. Christ is salvation. Christ is, you know what I'm saying? Christ is actually moralistically correct, meaning that if you do something wrong, you still not, there's a chance for you, right? There's a chance. So
Speak about it.
so I feel like I'm such a black sheep.
Yeah.
I got an R. Kelly song right now in my set list. And I did that song here in Buffalo. I do it all over the world, all over the country. Nowhere in the country except for my home city, Buffalo, did I get a
They didn't like it.
man, I get upset talking about it, to be honest. Here in Buffalo, why did he sing an R. Kelly song? How can he sing an R. Kelly song and he a pastor? Nowhere else, not Los Angeles, not Philly. I've been to London, England. Nobody had a problem with it, but here in Buffalo. And I think that sometimes it's not really what people believe. I think what people think is popular kind of makes them feel like you got to be in a box. So, Shanii, honestly, I don't really feel like I have a genre. You have to have a genre when you start charting or when your songs are on the radio, because it has to get placed somewhere. So the label thought, okay, you should be soul, you should be urban soul or R&B soul. If they wanted it to be gospel, I would have been okay with that, because I could sing in church, I could sing at a club, like I can sing anywhere, because I have 3 gospel albums, right? I have 3 gospel albums, and I have 11 R&B songs, and I feel that I have a relationship with God. I feel like I accepted Jesus Christ, and I accepted the Holy Spirit. And so at the end of the day, there is no war with me, man, about whether I'm saved because I sing R&B. Like, I actually put that R. Kelly song in my rotation on purpose. When people get talking about, let's cancel R. Kelly. So we gonna cancel his art. We gonna cancel what O.J. Simpson did as a football player because of his sin. Like, you know, it just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm wondering, like, how can we teach victory on Sundays and then teach cancel? I ain't talking to people who don't know, but I'm talking to the people who do know, because my experience is that I have more beef with Christians.
Right.
It's like a lot of Christians, and I hope a lot of people see this, man, because I really want to be honest on this podcast. Like, so many people left me without saying bye from the church. Just the church. People that I helped them get where they are. People that I hired when they wasn't doing what they doing today, I was the one at the level to be able to hire them first.
Because of your music?
Yeah. Like, it's you know, and if it's something else, we supposed to be brothers and friends.
Right.
Talk about
Like, tell me.
Right.
Yeah.
Cause as far as I know, the people that I offended here in Buffalo, that even I did wrong to, I apologize to these people. So I don't know, you know, I don't know who got issues for no reason, but it's not my job to figure that out.
That's
right.
right. That's
so
right.
I'm not going, you know, you say you leave me without saying bye. I'm cool with you. Like, I love you, you know, but redemption means if we can have a conversation, we should have a conversation, correct?
Correct.
But I don't really care, though. What camera I'm at? I don't care.
You and all
I
of them.
love you. I do love you. I love you. But what I'm saying is, life is bigger than music, man. Life is bigger than our profession.
Right.
Life is big. Watch this. Life is bigger than your job. You know, what's important is family. And then the second thing, how well do I respond to the sin of others towards me?
That's deep.
That's it. Like, man, that's the bottom line. You know, like we make issues out of stuff that's not issues, because I get that all the time. Like, I get it all the time. People, well, you know, how is he doing gospel and R&B?
Do they feel like you being like a hypocrite because
course.
you can preach and then
course.
you go sing R&B?
Of course. Because I can do that, though.
Yeah.
I jump off the plane and go right to church on Sunday.
Right.
Let me just go here. I think more or less, because, you know, like I said, when I told people you was coming on, a lot of people point was, what I think is like this. I definitely don't get into the whole, you know, judgmental type of thing and all of that. But what I will say is, I think people say, okay, well, since you're a pastor, right? They look at it like, okay, God holds you at a certain standard, right? And people are watching you, so it can be confusing. And we know that, you know, God is not the author of confusion. We know who is, right? So I think a lot of people are looking at it from the aspect, okay, you're a pastor. You accepted the call to be this pastor. Now people are watching you. So when they see you may be singing an R. Kelly song, or they may see you, you know, singing, you know, a love record, make love record, whatever the case may be, and you're in these secular platforms and things of that nature, they might be looking at it like, okay, if I'm a somebody that's like right on the fence, like I want to see if this God thing is real. But shoot, D on these stages singing R. Kelly, he in these secular platforms with these man, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're looking at it more of the fact that you're on. God holds you. Once we accept the call, like right now, I'm going through this right now. Like I feel like God is calling me to the ministry, right? But at the same time, I haven't ran and did it because I know what it says in the word. It says that when you stand in front of that pulpit and you say, now I am a pastor. And that's why it say that you got to be careful when you step in as a teacher and because God holds you to a different standard, and your punishment is going to be a little bit more elite than the ones that ain't. I think that's kind of where a lot of the Christians are coming from at that aspect. I don't think it's more like I'm just judging you because we all sin. We all got sin we deal with. Right. We was just talking downstairs. You know what I'm saying? We all deal with stuff.
Let me be honest though. Like, a lot of people they only believe that up until it's about them. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm not really going to defend myself about whether I'm saved or not. Right. Because we got to understand something. Like there's levels of knowledge of Christ too. Right. So we got some people who know Christ, and so they know what redemption really is. And then you got some people that's like, okay, well, I'm going to base religion or spirituality off of what I was taught prior to, my experience. So one time I was doing an interview in London, and this came to me, and we were having the same kind of conversation, right? And I said, well, you know what, man? Sometimes I wish I would have met God before I met Christians. That's what I said in the interview. I wish I would have met Christ before I met Christians, because a lot of times Christians are looking at people for the example, but Christ was the example. And so when we look at the teachings of Christ, Christ didn't do all of this stuff we doing.
Correct.
You feel what I'm saying? So he like a lot of this, the things that people are saying that holds a pastor accountable more than somebody else is based on their theory. It's not really based on like what's actually true, right? So the Bible does speak that that a pastor or a person who is a clergy has made a choice for that to be their lifestyle. Now here's the issue. What does that mean? Does that mean that now as a believer I have to be subjected to somebody's denominational beliefs? Or does that mean that now I have to be subjected to what God is saying that he wants me to do as an individual? Because a lot of us have been taught so many differences, like it's so many differences in religion that we really even know what Christ really expects? And then to be honest, we look silly to other religions because we're always fighting about well, you hold to a higher standard, and if I'm trying to be saved, then I could do what you're doing, but no, you can't do what I'm doing because you don't know Christ like I know Christ. You're not at that level, and what I mean by that is like I know what I've done in my life, I know what I struggle with, I know what I'm gonna always struggle with. I know what. Watch this. I have to choose to be delivered from, right? Because nobody is truly delivered from nothing.
Talk about it.
I don't care how many deliverance lines you have and prophecies and getting prayed for. Listen, you got to leave that church and you got to turn. That's what repentance is, right? So deliverance is just a moment for you to say, hey, man, I want to do something different. So I feel like because people are, and here's the scripture, in 2 Chronicles, the Bible talks about chapter 7, it talks about some people are going to die because they don't know the truth. They're ignorant. They don't know the truth. And the truth is, like, God is not looking for us to do church stuff all day. Like, I don't believe that. And
what do you mean by church stuff all day? Like going to church on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays?
Yeah, going to church all the time, not having a forgiving heart, well, if I could put no, let me not go there. This is what I mean. Not forgiving, right? Being self-righteous, right? Because self-righteous means I want to tell you what I think is right. And so, the Bible, which is our manual, is clear on our lifestyle. But a lot of the stuff that people are arguing about is not biblical. That's my point.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
it's not biblical. It's like you arguing because your grandmother's church taught you that.
Right.
And your grandfather's church taught you that. And I feel like for myself, I know that I was called to do what I'm doing. Because if we all going to church, then who talking to the people outside the church? Like, we just at church. Like,
Right.
who? Because a lot of, people going to be mad at this, man. But here's the truth. There's so many recycled services on Sundays, man. Like, people just having church, man. Getting paid. It's a job. Going to church, feeling good about God, that's cool. But what are we doing outside the church? Like, are we, what are we doing? Because you gotta
minister.
you gotta catch people, man, before they can get clean. And it's really not our job to clean them.
No.
Right.
You feel me?
Plant the seed.
Plant the seed.
That's
God
it.
water it. Yeah.
But
right.
those who are on the fence about me pastoring, they ain't going to nobody's church either.
They're just being
They just-
judgmental.
So it's like, and so if they see me, which, this life has been a blessing for me because I went from hundreds of followers to thousands of followers by doing this tour with Life Jennings. Shout out to Life Jennings. Shout out to Real Weber. I thought this was going to be 6-7 months. It's 4 years later that I'm on tour. But what happens is after shows, my manager says, hey, y'all like DMott? Crowd goes crazy. They say, he say, if you can guess what DMott really does, we'll give you tickets. This is real talk. Like, we'll give you tickets for every live show here in this city forever. People be yelling, oh, he a cop. Oh, he this, he that. Oh, garbage man. He like, teacher. He's like, no, he a pastor. Every city I've been in, crowd go crazy. Crazy, like, pastor. Oh. So now after the show, the green room, when we doing pictures and all that, now everybody want to tell me they used to go to church.
Used to.
Then you got the hustlers, right? Because that's what's coming to see life. Life done got a lot of people through bids and things of that nature. He got a lot of songs about women being able to live without their man, raising their children. So those people come up to me and they either ask for prayer or they say, yo, man, I want to follow you. Like, those are the people I'm concerned about. Because to be really honest with you, I want to answer these questions because it's not going to, no matter what I say, people going to feel how they feel. Right. But the truth of the matter is, you better be doing what God telling you to do, right? And I don't think that God is just telling people to be at church on Sundays. He's not just telling us that.
No,
he can't be, because how can we get people to be excited about what they don't understand?
I've always said this. You got those super Christians who got perfect attendance on Sundays, perfect attendance on Wednesdays, and they had all the board meetings, but it's like, okay, outside of church, who really have a personal relationship with God, who really reading their Bible, who really helping somebody walking by or have something nice to say. I've been in church where I heard, like the clergy women, the older women of the church, talk about a female walk in with a short skirt with her cleavage out, but not helping her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And God rest her soul. I think Mother Burt, she was out in Lackawanna.
Don't say
Right. No. What I'm saying is, how she operated was a true woman of God, because she wouldn't say anything if she sees somebody in the front pew or any pew with young lady don't know how to dress and got her legs open. She go and put the white towel over there and just tap her and say, I'll talk to you later. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why I mentioned her,
not
because
embarrassing her.
You understand what I'm saying?
Judging
And then she pull her to the side afterwards and have a conversation with her and get her number and ask her, how can I help you? And you know what I'm saying? This journey is real. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you don't get everybody like that in church. You know what I'm saying? And I see a lot of judgmental
Why does she
people at
need
church.
help though?
Well,
because she had on a short skirt. Like, the mothers in my church in Atlanta hated me real bad, because in my church we gotta wear stockings, and there's no way I'm wearing stockings when it's 110 degrees outside.
How short was your
First
skirt
of
though,
all,
Miss
it
Shanii?
wasn't inappropriate, but it
To
didn't-
who though, Miss Shanii?
To
who?
people. And that's what I'm saying.
To who though?
I
Hold
should
on,
be
let me
able to
jump.
wear
Let me
whatever
jump in.
Come on.
See, you know how you asked her that?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Why is what I'm doing inappropriate? See, it's inappropriate to people who don't understand. Because some people, see, we've feared people about God. Let me keep it 100, man.
Talk
God
about it.
ain't scared of you. He made us who we are. He knows that we struggle. Like the reason why the Mother Birch was trying to help the young lady is because she probably knew that everybody was going to talk about the young lady after church. So instead of waiting, she did it during service so people could stop looking at the young lady's skirt. Now, Shanii said, hey, you know, I wear a skirt. It's not inappropriate. Ty says, but what's
Okay,
appropriate?
Because what if
Right?
well, like we was talking downstairs, there was a time, Brother Dave, that I struggled, right? So if I see Miss Shanii coming to the church walking down the aisle,
That's your problem.
I'm just saying
That's
though.
I gotta keep-
Yeah.
Let me say this as a pastor. Let me say this as a pastor. Listen, let me say this as a pastor.
Good.
See, everybody know I never hear anything about me,
Go ahead.
and I never will. I need God.
Talk
When
about
it come to women,
For sure.
I'm cursed. It's a curse. I don't know what Satan wanted. Listen, I don't care. To me, I look like RuPaul, but I'm never gonna have an issue, right?
Right.
I'm never gonna have an issue. But it's not a woman's fault if I can't control my perversion. So my wife is beautiful, and sometimes people feel like she crosses the line, right? So when people would say that to me, I would say, well, tell her. Because at the end of the day, I feel like this. If as a husband, tell my wife that what she wearing is kind of, because I get it. Like if you got a nice fatty and you looking good, and your pants probably shouldn't be that tight at church because you're taking attention possibly off of God because of your flesh. Now, if you know
if
better,
the cheeks is hanging out of the
yeah,
dress,
man,
what
that's
we doing?
inappropriate.
That's inappropriate, right?
Sometimes,
Okay, all
but
right.
that's that my dresses was not.
I'm not
No,
saying
hold
you.
on.
I would
Let's-
hope
let's-
not. I'm
let's
not
talk
saying.
about
my
this.
church, my skirts are supposed to come below my knee, right?
Okay.
And okay,
They didn't.
Maybe some of the places I shop didn't come, that far.
Was it at the knee or was it middle of the thigh?
Well, where was it at?
It wasn't middle of the thigh. It wasn't sensations.
When you sat down, was it on your waist? When you sat down, was it up here?
No, it wasn't.
Was it like
club
here?
attire, but it came. It came before my knee.
You stuttered a little bit
It came before my knee.
before your knee. Okay.
That's
And-
that's
and my
little-
grandmother will always, my grandmother had scarves. They called me Bunny. She like Bunny, cover that up. But
But we
Because-
do agree. We
was
shouldn't be
nothing-
dressing like we going to the club in
Absolutely.
church.
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
Absolutely.
I
We agree on that.
Now here's my issue
Okay,
though.
go
As a
ahead.
pastor, if
Go ahead.
that stops me from doing my job, I need to sit my down.
Right.
Right.
Because if I can't focus because a girl look good,
Right.
I need to
Yeah.
because I know better.
Right.
Because I know better.
That's right.
You feel me? But
Right.
if you don't know better and you come in, I'm never gonna embarrass. I teach the women at our church, don't you ever embarrass anybody about something that they don't understand. Because you too probably did that at one point. That's why you're in here trying to tell them, right? Because that's what we should do.
Absolutely.
We should help. Like I think one of y'all mentioned that.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yep.
Yeah, we should help where we need to help. But also, I think that men, sometimes we're so perverted anyway, it don't matter if the skirt is low or if we see the curve.
You
it's
like what you like.
You like what you like, right? So I think that it's not a woman's problem that she got a nice shape, but it is a woman's problem if she looking like if she got on an after 5 dress
Right.
at church, because after 5 is for after 5.
Right.
Right.
Not
I don't
for
think
church,
bodycon
correct?
dresses are appropriate.
Say that again.
I don't think bodycon dresses are
That's
appropriate.
form fitted,
That's
correct?
That's the bandage kind of like material and like.
Yeah.
So that's a little.
or short skirt.
or
We gotta
mini
be
skirts,
we
yeah.
gotta be careful with that.
Yeah.
Right. But this is something that we could do this show.
Yeah.
forever.
We can spend like 2 more minutes on it, but then we got to get back into the because we done got some.
I like this, man.
Yeah, I like it too.
Because I like even what you said though. What people saying to you because that's one of the things that I want people to know is like God told me to do this, right? Because I had 3 albums. Gospel albums, and when I was doing all the gospel things, the gospel people was upset. They wanted me to be a part, but and then God said, "Yo, write a song about your love for your woman."
God is love.
Check this out.
Why did they have a problem?
Only instructions. Put that song out, released it, called 7 DJs that I knew. Only 2 of those radio stations was reporting stations. Next thing I know, my song cracked the top 200 at 147 without radio promo, without me actually calling those DJs saying, "Hey man, let me slide you $250." No, they liked the song. And the song is called Angel. Go listen to it by DMott, TheOfficialDMott. And then the rest is history, man. And I feel like we spend a lot of time, Todd, trying to choose a side before we choose what's right. Because the world teaches us choose a side, but we got to choose what's right. Because the side is okay, I'm doing God. Oh, this is the world. You know, even the Apostle Paul, they made a difference. They like, yo, listen, Gentiles, Jews, everybody alike. Like, we have to love each other. So that's, that's where I'm at with that. I wish I had more time. I wish I had a little more time on that one.
No, we got time. We can keep. But I do want to get into the story too. I don't, what I'm saying? I want, I'm trying to get as much in as we can. You know what I mean? I don't want to deter too much off.
I got all day though.
Of the vision. You heard? Come on. So all right. So next up, man. So we talked about childhood. So talked about. So when did things for you start really connecting with the music? Like what year was that when things really started coming into, what I mean? Everything started.
Well, as a drummer.
No, I mean,
just period. With my singing.
Yeah, prior to singing.
Let's go with 2000. What's today? 25.
Yeah.
2021.
That's when things really.
2021. I was always doing it, kind of like yourself.
Okay.
I wasn't a writer and all of the things that you've done.
Right.
But as a drummer, I met a lot of people because I played for everybody, right? And R&B, gospel, and all of that. But musicians is bottom of the barrel. It's like you just you a drummer.
Right.
It's another drummer in Dallas. It's you know what I mean. So I met a lot of people, kept friends with a lot of people. But as far as this thing popping off for me as a singer, where I started getting checks and I started, getting radio play, 2021.
2021.
Yeah, 2021.
Okay.
And that was R&B.
So what was your major break? What was the first major? Was it that song that you was just talking about? That was
Angel.
That was
first
Angel.
Major break. God told me to record the song. I picked up the phone. Shout out to Darren Simpson from Detroit and Los Angeles, Black City Music Group. I'm their in-house drummer, so anything that they do, I play drums for. I picked up the phone, said, "Yo, man, I want to do an R&B song." He laughed. He said, "D, you playing?" I said, "Nah, I'm going to write this song," because I had the melody in my head, sent it to him. He came up with the music. Then we did it together, and he mixed it. He mastered it. I liked it. I called 7 DJs. 5 of them was, what's those stations? Online stations. So there's not even reporting stations.
Gotcha.
2 of them was reporting. And the next thing I know, we at 147 on the Billboard chart.
That's dope.
All right, so let me ask you this. So balance, you know what I mean? Because for me, balance is very important in my life, man. It took me a long time to figure it out, but I finally figured it out. So for you, being a pastor, being a husband, being a father, being a musician, how do you find time to balance it all? You know what I'm saying?
Good question, man.
Yeah.
Good question. So I just do what I'm supposed to do. So being tired is not an option.
Right.
People don't even know this. They don't believe this. But I work a day job still. I still work a day job. And I'm not going to quit my day job. I'm going to finish my day job. I'm going to get my 30 years. I got 2 years left, right? And then I'm probably still going to go over that too because I'm too young to collect. So I'm going to work a job because that's what God said to do, right?
I said you got to hear from him.
Yep, I got a lot of children. They're very expensive. They playing sports. They this, they're that. I have a wife. I pastor a church, which, watch this. People get mad when I say this, but the truth is I don't collect a salary for church. I never will. I don't want it because I like money. So the Bible talks about love for money. So I make sure that because I love God, that right there is going to be so pure for me. I handle business with R&B and all of that with tracks and stuff, but I'm not going to do anything, right, to perform. I'm not performing everywhere.
Right.
Like I've turned down some gigs that people would have died for because I'm like, yo, what I do don't fit. It don't fit to that. So I tell Rio, nah, man, we good on that. Or, you know, I don't take every gig, right? But I don't take money at church. I don't take money to teach. People, when they get offended by it, I say, oh, we'll give it to the church. Yeah. I don't even know right now how much money we have. I tell the trustees, if you steal from this church, God help you.
God gonna get you.
God help you. Because I don't care. And when I say I don't care, man, I don't mean that like negatively or hubris, like being hubris, which is the top spirit of a believer of arrogance. No, I say that because I am certain that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So no, it doesn't, I'm not tired. I'm just not tired, man. I go to, when I'm in town, I go to my kids' things, I'm ripping, I'm running. I feel like I was tired before that because I wasn't doing what I was called to do. And to be honest, when you say balance, man, I think balance is we have to wear the hats that God wants us to wear. And I do believe, man of God, I do believe that God really is bigger than church, man. He's bigger than me saying, yo, I'm a Christian. Because like Christians so busy yelling, I'm a Christian, they ain't doing right.
I mean, let's talk about it, man. A lot of Christians that's claiming to be Christians ain't really Christianing.
Let's talk about it, man.
You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about all these fluff and other messages that's being preached every Sunday that ain't, you know, like God is going to give you that house. God is going to give you that car. Like, it's just like God is just Santa Claus.
Because he ain't. Get a job.
Let's talk about it.
Listen, man, I'm so sick and tired of that, yo. I listen.
Yeah.
God gonna fix it. Well, what are you gonna do?
Right.
See, this is what I'm teaching at church, and I'm blowing the lid off a lot of the. I'm gonna use your word, fluff. I really want to use a
word.
You got to be real, man.
Right. So check this out. You don't need a pastor to know who God is.
Exactly.
I tell cats, listen, I want to teach you, train you, and release you to do what God is calling you to do. I don't, like, ain't nobody my minister. You don't belong to me. Like, I want you to be 100% authentically and spiritually who God called you to be. Because watch this. I don't do church, man. Church is dead, bro. Cats trying to still do church stuff. And that's why they have no fruit in their life. Like all these people that's really conversating about what I'm doing, they still in the same place. Like when they get back to me sometimes, cause they get back to me, I'm cool. I don't call, you know, that I ain't that DMott no more. Yo, man, did you say, like, for what? Like, no, it's all good. But when I look at their life, they're still miserable. So they every week, God is this, God is great, but you still creating discord. You still, you know what I mean? And so these sermons, a lot of preachers is teaching is because they need people's tithings. They need these people to stay at the church. I don't care whether you come or not, because I got some cake. I'm going to pay these bills.
Right.
You feel me? Like, I don't need, listen, I'm not going to teach what you want me to teach so you can come in here and act like you paying the rent here. No, we buying the
make
building.
You feel good.
I can afford this. I was doing, listen, man, the first 7 years of our church, and if anybody from the Rock watching, you can do messages and all of that.
Yeah.
I want everybody who knows the truth tell the truth. For the first 7 years of our church, we didn't raise no offering.
Why was
That's
that?
real.
Because I was paying the bill. Because I wanted to create a space for people to just come to church and worship God.
And not worry about that.
That's it. I was paying the DJ. I was paying the band. And then I felt like the Holy Spirit said, listen, man, you blocking these people's blessing. I said, like God, Dad said in Malachi, let the people like try me at this. So people started We got no real issues. Like people tithing, and I can brag about that because I'm not taking nothing home. I'm good. I'm gonna work. When I talk about cake, I'm cake. I'm cake. I'm getting cake. I'm getting cake. You know why? Because I'm not looking for it, and I'm giving back.
That's right.
I'm giving back. I'm giving back. I'm not worried about like CD sales. And I ain't even talking from music, man. God is opening doors, man. He's causing people to just give and sow. Because when you tithe at 100% of the time, he says, man, try me at that. Like, I'm a tither. I was tithing off marijuana money, man. I've been knowing that you got to give to God financially. Now, when I first started it, it was like, okay, well, I got to give because I want to get back.
Right.
You know, I want to get this back. But then you start giving, and it's like, wait a second. That's not the spirit in which you're supposed to do this for. So I've been tithing off even marijuana money since I was 17 years old. And then when I started realizing, wait a second, you got to change the way you live in, bro. Because you blessed, and you know you blessed, but you abusing grace. And so I started, I said, okay, God, I need a job. He gave me a job. Then I get, you know, God rest Ron Brown, so one of my good brothers, man. This dude, like, he just passed away a couple years ago, but he was a brother, like a father to me. And he didn't even want to be the father. He said, listen, man, God told me to bless you, bro. You know, you a tither, you doing this, you doing that. You know, this cat was a blessing. He said to me, he said, DMott, listen, I'm about to give you something, and I want you never to try to pay me back. So I ain't never had nobody give me nothing that I didn't have to return it for about 4 O's or something. You feel what I'm saying?
That's deep.
So he gave me that. He said, God said it. And then I tried to give it back. He said, listen, man, let me tell you something. I'll never forget it. At City Hall, he called me to his office. He said, bro, don't ever dig up your seed.
Wow, that's deep.
And then I felt like the truth is, man, people broke because they don't want to work. So I'm not held hostage to be teaching sermons that's making people feel good. I'm talking about, yo, listen.
We said that in the car.
You dirty.
Remember you said Mac.
Because I'm dirty.
Right.
You dirty. We dirty.
Right.
But the love of God cleans us up. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to keep on trying. Shanii been knowing me a long time. Lamar been knowing, he know my family. Like, I've never claimed to not be a sinner. Like, I used to sin on purpose because I was hurt. I was angry. You know, always trying to fight, man, keep people off me. Like, you know, I ain't want to hurt nobody, but I'm going to pass the punk test. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the end of the day, I had to get to a place where it's like, wait a second, man. Like, that's not love, though. That's not, that's not God. And I'm just really getting there. You know what I'm saying? I heard from God in my moment of sin, man. So I could talk like this without being churchy. Because at the end of the day, church don't work for me. It never did. Not even when I was a kid. I took whoopings, man, for what I thought was true. Some of that stuff we talking about right now, I took whoopings as a kid, and now those same people that was whooping me is like, yo, bro, you was right. Now, I could be mad at them,
Right.
but that ain't the spirit of truth. Truth is, though, you knew you was true, you knew you was right, that's why you took whoopings. You feel me? Sometimes my mom goes to my church. Shout out to my mom. My mom be so guilty sometimes when I had to go up to her and just kiss her. Like, Mom, listen, I was a bad kid. Even though I was right, I was a bad kid.
I was too.
I was a bad kid, right? So you did what you thought was right. I feel the Holy Ghost right now. Like, I be telling my mom, listen, you did what you thought was right.
Let him use you, man.
And so because I was destined to be here today, like, I love the people that feel like, man, how in the world can he pastor and still sing this song? Like, how can he do it? Because listen, man, we got to be flashlights. And we don't decide who dark, though. Right. We got, like, people are looking at our lives, and just as many people is looking at me, Todd, and saying, how can he sing R&B? Oh, he only successful because that's the devil music. People looking at you, oh, he done went from R&B to God. Now he trying to, you know, manipulate mentally. Come on, I know you done heard it all. Because at the end of the day, man, it's all talk.
Yeah.
What I'm concerned about is who is feeling God from me. Where no matter where I'm at, City Winery, Yoshi's, a casino, wherever I'm opening up for life or wherever Real books me or wherever I go, singing at a funeral. Listen, I want relationships to mend because every relationship have issues.
Correct.
Or I got a song called Do You Do Me. We done. But you got to learn how to break up spiritually and love. It's you know what? We reached our ceiling. Let's try to disagree agreeably. And so I feel like that's why, Shanii, I don't have a genre. I feel like I'm not gonna write no songs talking about, man, let me hit that.
Right.
That's not. I don't write songs.
I
like
used
that.
to.
But
A lot of them.
a
lot of them,
You
too.
were successful from that too.
Right,
But check
right.
this out. Look what you're doing.
Right.
Because the Bible says, man, the race is not given
Yeah.
to the swift nor the strong. See, there's a lot of swift and strong people. Swift is, yo, man, let's start some controversy. And you know, let me call somebody, man, how that nigga, how he doing God and, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's swift.
Right.
You know, strong is, hey man, I'ma still do my job. I'm gonna do God, but how long do that last?
Right.
Facts. Yeah,
The word's
that's
not
real.
given to the swift nor the strong, but to the one who finished the job.
Yeah.
And I feel like, man, we in a place where we trying to finish the job because the job is people. The job is not really me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when I'm wrong, Shanii, you've been knowing me a long time. When I'm wrong, what I'm gonna say?
Sorry.
Come on, man, you've been knowing me a long time.
Yeah.
So if I'm wrong, I've been wrong in relationship, and I'm busted. Yo, I got busted. What we doing?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, let's heal. If somebody else gonna do you better, good. I want you to get to where God is at. You feel me? And that's just how I feel, man. I've done a lot in my life: sex, hustle, gunplay, all of that stuff. None of it matters, right? None of it matters at all. None of it ever mattered. What matters is, what are we doing to show people who God is? Because God going, are you perfect?
Not at all.
Not at all, right?
Not
You
at all.
love God right now, right?
For sure.
But you still got to pray about certain struggles.
Man, every day.
Listen, bro, this is
it.
my goal.
That's real.
Daily.
I'm talking to you because I'm
Word.
talking to you and
God,
you
word.
talking to me and I'm talking to you and because my thing is, listen, Christ, I love this story, man. I love this story. I could teach this every week.
Let's go.
Cats rolling up on Christ like, yo, man, she a slut, yo. She was just messing with, you know what I mean? She just slept with. The Bible says that Christ was like basically doodling in the sand. Like, oh yeah. Like, okay, well, I tell you what. They like, yo, what we gonna do about this? She committing adultery. The Bible said Jesus is like, well, okay, cool, man. Let's do something about it. So I tell you what, first one of y'all that deserve to talk about her because you ain't never sinned, then y'all go ahead and throw the first stone.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Crickets.
Crickets. It was quiet.
Crickets. Like now, like the Bible says, like he was doodling in the sand,
Right.
like annoyed, basically. Like, come on, man, here we go again. Self-righteous people. I told them here's the answer, but now I got to do this again. Let me get a number 7. Extra fries. Yeah, I tell you what, man. If you never sinned before, see, this is the thing we got to stop doing.
Exactly.
Ty, you sing gospel music?
Mm-hmm.
What church you go to?
I go to Delaware Baptist, my dad's church.
Okay, all right. When you go to church now, I want you to utilize that as an opportunity to give God all he have, but then let your church be everywhere else.
Right.
So teach people, not that you're not, but I'm just making sure. Teach people, right, that it's not us against nobody else. Because if that was the case, it would be us against us. Because we all suck and we need God.
That's a fact.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I feel like we have to do what we're called to do, because if you do that, then everything gonna balance itself. I'm a greater human being because I sing songs that people would say, oh, he can't sing that in the church service. Why not? I gotta sing worship music all the time? So you mean to tell me it's okay for a Christian to dance at a reception because it's a wedding, but they can't dance nowhere else? That's stupid to me, bro. It makes me want to use words. Like, because So we gonna pick and choose where we create our environment. Listen, it's the same music.
Tell the truth.
It's the same song. So if that song is good at your daughter's marriage ceremony, then why is it not good at that artist's concert? Like, we've been brainwashed because that's what the enemy does, to make us fight each other. When really God is like, listen, I really want y'all to listen to my son who died for you, and all Christ was really doing was teaching moralistics, man. That's it. He was teaching, because where was his church building at?
Outside.
Where I say it every week, man. We got to have a headquarters, okay? This is the modern society, so we have a headquarters, and I like that because God did headquarters too in the Old Testament. It was called tent meetings, where He showed up, and so when I have a service, I love the fact that God shows up. Lamar, you know about a lot of my sin.
Yes, sir.
You've been in the church.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel God in there, or do you?
Yes,
feel,
sir.
Is it a show?
It's not a show.
I mean, I'm not up there singing and like we singing. We singing. We move. We have a letter, but we move according to what's supposed to happen, right? And until God stops showing up for me, I'm gonna keep doing what He told me to do. Because I think a lot of people have the answer for us, but they ain't paying your bills. They're not gonna answer your prayers. They can't.
That's
so
right.
I'm gonna do what
God called you to do.
Yeah. Or watch this, because you do know this. And I'm gonna get real deep. When you at a place where you obey God, then He trusts you, and then the Bible says that then He looks at us as little G's. So I ain't gotta ask God for everything that's right. When I do what He's asked me already, now some things I gotta just move without praying about. Some things I gotta just try because it's just right for the environment. It's right for the energy. And that's where the Holy Spirit come in, because we doing so much. God, I need a job. God, I da-da-da. Then God give you a job. Then now that's not enough money. Like, God, I need to be healed. Then He heal you, and then you go back to eating crazy. Now you sick again. Like, listen, we put all the work on God. Like, God is saying, listen, I gave you everything you need to be blessed. Now use some spiritual creativity and just move. Try some things. And then, and if it's not for you, I'm going to discern that to you. I'm going to tell you, nah, step away from that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm in a place, man, where I feel like God is honoring me because my heart is right. All right? We was talking a little bit before the cameras was on.
Right.
Like, people know me as having talked to a lot of women. Absolutely. I've only had a couple relationships in my life. Lots of experiences with women. I'm a man.
Right.
I'd rather say that than say I've had a lot of experiences with men. No shout to shame to nobody. But one thing I can say is I never raped nobody. Two things I can say is I never really said anything to anybody unless they said it to me. So am I saying it was okay? No. What I'm saying is we decide how we sin sometimes. But what's funny to me is when you say you're a believer, people don't forget that.
Yeah.
They want to bring up what we did, but then they want to say you did it. As if because I'm a believer or a pastor, I took advantage of them before I even was a pastor. Like, it's crazy to me.
Right.
Or like, I'm not defending anybody but myself. What I'm saying is I know that God called me, and I'm going to do what God called me to do, and I'm going to do it my way.
And I think a lot of people forget about that. Like, I've been to churches, people like, oh man, so when you gonna join? When you gonna do it? I said, listen, man, I got a personal relationship with God. When God tell me to move, that's when I move. Not when you tell me to move. Not when you tell me I should be over here or I should be doing this. You not God. I got a personal relationship, and you got to stay out of that.
You know what else I want to say too?
Yeah.
People do a lot of talking about people because of environments they're in, right? Now, I'm one to say, don't send me to a strip club talking about prayer. I'm gonna fail that every time.
I would too.
I'm just being honest right now, right?
Yeah.
But if you can handle those environments and you're not convicted, because there has been times where I've played the drums in a bar. I'm gonna use one time. Guy comes up to me. He's staring at me the whole time. I'm like, man, is this somebody? I'm gonna have to, have the fair ones with this cat. He comes up to me after and says to me, he says, brother, I gotta be honest with you, man. I was coming here tonight to have my last drink because I was getting ready to commit suicide.
Wow.
And I'm listening to your plan, and bro, you gave me life. That happened in the bar. When I was at my apex, I wasn't even supposed to have been playing. I had came off a tour, came home, and my man, shout out to Eric Critton, then he got a gig from 10 to 1 somewhere, and was like, yo, man, can you do it? I'm like, yeah. Took my set. This cat said, got a chance to, get his name. Come on, man, that's the work of the Father to me.
Absolutely.
You sound a lot like Deandra Johnson. She says the same thing.
And she struggled too.
She always
People
gets
hurt on her.
crucified for stuff that goes on, in her life because it's so public.
She just gotta stop drinking.
She struggles.
Just drinking
she has
another
a
day.
problem, but it doesn't mean that her music doesn't save people at the end of the day. It doesn't mean, you know what I mean?
I think I like what you're saying, and I like what he's saying, because when you have a certain, it's like me now. I'm getting to a certain plateau in my life where now people are coming to Buffalo to my church service because they've seen me perform in Boston. They've seen me in these cities, right? So they're coming to Buffalo. So now I got to really make sure, because you're right.
Yeah.
I got to make sure that I'm not holding on to stuff that I say that I'm saved from.
Right.
Because that stuff is going to now cost me.
Cost you.
And then it's going to make God look like
he ain't real.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where we get into trouble.
Exactly.
That's where we do get into trouble. So I've been praying for her. I know people that know her.
Yeah.
I've never met her personally, but I have people that I know that know her, and I don't need to call them and say, hey, tell Leandra I'm praying for her. No, I pray for her because I understand that struggle is struggle.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't care how much money you got in your pocket. Struggle is struggle. Some of these cats is struggling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we so busy canceling them for their era, we forget that we're not doing enough for people to cancel us.
Yeah.
These people are doing a lot of stuff, so they're in the public eye. But what about the stuff that people not getting busted?
Right.
And how can you talk about somebody when we all got something that we need to go to God about? So It's like, yo, let's pray for. But then let's be honest. Yeah, you know what? I think she should put the alcohol down because it's not working for her. The alcohol not working for her because obviously she can't. Yeah, but she need a team.
Yes.
That's gonna say, listen, I'm gonna bust you in your mouth. We gonna fight. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
We gonna fight. I feel like I just feel like we can't force them to stop, but sometimes we have to be held accountable too for what's happening to our loved ones when we're like benefiting from it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like the same thing as you was mentioning about the Sunday services.
Right.
Like, cats just teaching anything, but and a throw on that too.
Yeah.
No one wants to really hear sermons that's checking them no more.
They want to hear feel good service.
God gonna do it. He gonna bless you. He gonna heal you. He gonna give you this money. Oh, everything gonna work out. Listen, everything ain't gonna work out if you doing the same thing. It's insanity to think that you're gonna get a greater result by doing something the same way.
Do Peter Popoff's miracle water really work?
I'm not gonna try that. I'm not gonna try his water. I'm not gonna try.
Yo, what was the nigga that used to always be screaming at 4 o'clock on BET?
$1,000 water.
The nigga be like, yo, I ain't need no. That nigga there.
I forgot his
What's
name.
Oh,
I
no.
forgot his name. I should Google somebody real quick or text somebody.
He had a prayer cloth. That nigga had a prayer glove.
Let me be honest. I feel like when that stuff like that happens, you don't have to merchandise it.
Yeah.
I ain't making money off God, man. That's just me.
Yeah,
I ain't, I know people gonna get mad because they get mad when I say it like I'm saying they wrong for taking a check. No, that's what you do.
Right.
The minute I start taking a check for pastoring, I'm gonna fall because I'm gonna be tired next week. And I'm gonna want to call in.
At least you know it.
Yeah.
At least you know it.
I'm gonna call in. Jarrell, I need you to preach. Jarrell, I need you to preach.
All right, yeah. It's getting that time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Listen,
It's getting that
Extra
time.
hour?
One thing. What one thing you would change about your journey, if anything at all, from childhood to now?
Good question. I'm gonna be real honest. I would not.
Gotta be brief and brilliant.
Okay. I would not have been so promiscuous.
Man, you know what? Me too. Man.
I'm gonna be honest. That's what I would. Cause it did not help me.
Man.
It hurt me.
Yeah.
You know, and
Definitely
then some of the
hindrance.
people that trick you with it,
Yeah.
now they use it against you for the rest of your life. It's like, man,
Yeah.
that's one thing that I would go back and I would do that differently.
That VG is a bad thing sometimes.
What you call it?
That VG.
Because once you go there, that door, man, it's like it's not even a door to close. It's like one of them.
Yeah.
Them things you put on your garage that you could just walk in.
Well,
and
don't
keep...
blame the women for heaven on earth. I mean,
No. Well, we ain't blaming. We just saying, you know.
Okay.
But
just-
they know.
it's just a
They know
way.
how to use it too.
All right, come on.
on
Close us
the
up.
clock. We on the
Listen,
clock.
you
We gotta
know
do-
what's
we
funny?
gotta do
We got to
another
do
one.
a part 2.
Yeah, we
I
have
would love
to.
to.
We have to.
Yes.
We have to.
Yes.
We have to. All right. Where can people follow you at, man?
Go to my website. Everything is there. I'm social, DMOTT music.com. Everything is there. My merch, all of my social media pages.
All right. Y'all already know. TyLamar.com. Everything TyLamar.com. I got a listening event. 1220 Hurdle, right, Mac?
1220 Hurdle.
Friday. Come through. New album dropping March 26th. Y'all can come hear it, though, Friday. I'm really excited about it. You know, Shanii was already telling me I need to cut the songs down, but it ain't gonna happen. We doing about 16 on this one, but that's where we at. Where you at, Mac?
So Shanii, go ahead,
All
Shanii.
right,
Tell
yeah.
me your stuff.
I'm just Shanii10 on IG, but thank you guys for having me. I had a blast.
Oh man, glad
Thanks
you
for
came
being a
through,
part.
man.
Mr. Hollywood, Mac on IG, The Vision Podcast 24 on TikTok. Be your own hero. Salute. We out.
Peace.